Gage, thank you so much for meeting with me today. My name is Abby and I'm a social work intern here. Before we get started, I just wanted you to know that this meeting is a space for you to talk about what feels most important to you. My role is to support you and to understand what brings you in today and to work towards any goals you'd like to set. Okay?
Okay.
Awesome. So before we begin talking about what brought you in today, it's really important that I go over informed consent with you. Informed consent means that you fully understand the services that I can provide, what your rights are as a client, and what you can expect from our work together. My goal is to make sure that you feel informed, respected, and in control of your participation at all times. So first, I wanted to explain the purpose of our meetings. So my role is to help support your emotional, mental, and overall well-being, and to work collaboratively with you on your goals that matter the most to you. I won't make any decisions for you, and I won't pressure you at all. You have a voice in every step of this process. I also just wanted to let you know that you have the right to ask questions, to express concerns, or pause our conversation at any time. If something feels uncomfortable or unclear at any point, I want you to tell me so that we can slow down and make sure you feel safe, okay? Um, Also, just want to let you know that participation in services are voluntary. That means that you can decide whether or not you want to continue meeting with me. You also have the right to choose a different provider if you would prefer that. You also have the right to know how your information is used, how your records are stored, and who has access to them. So I can review any of that information with you if you'd like. Another part of informed consent is understanding the structure of our meetings. So typically we're going to meet for 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll begin by talking about what's bringing you in today, and then we'll work together to create some goals. I'm not going to do anything without your permission, and you have the right to decline any recommendations that I offer. So finally, I just wanted to check in with you. How are you feeling so far, and do you have any questions before we move on?
Yeah, I'm feeling good. Feeling safe. Don't have any questions right now.
Okay, awesome. I'd love to hear that. I also just wanted to go over confidentiality with you. Essentially, this means that what you share is private, except there are a few exceptions where I might have to break confidentiality. So if you talk about hurting yourself, if you talk about wanting to hurt others, if you talk about a child, an elderly person, or a vulnerable adult being hurt, or if the court orders me to share any information, then I will have to share some information. This isn't going to be something where I'm like posting on social media or telling people who don't need to know, but I will need to tell the right people in order for you and other people to be safe.
Yeah.
So yeah, does everything I said make sense? Do you have any questions?
Makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad. So yeah, to start, thank you for going through that with me. To start, I would love to understand what brought you in today.
Yeah. So what brought me in today was I am mentally and physically, but mentally exhausted
Okay.
due to
Okay.
um and mentally it's just kind of draining. It's not like, oh, I hurt myself, sad, anything in that, threshold. Just more I'm exhausted all the time. Mentally it's kind of draining on me, and I have this overarching feeling that I'm just kind of just around me because I'm so exhausted.
Okay, gotcha. I'm really glad that you came in today, Gage, and that you're so open with everything going on. It sounds like you've been carrying a lot, and it sounds like you've been really exhausted with everything going on in your life, and as a result, it just feels like you're not enough, or that you're disappointing people. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, gotcha. Well, that's a really hard feeling, and I'm really glad that you came in today. Um, from everything you've shared, what would you say the main area is that you'd like to focus
I think the main thing I need to focus on with this issue is I need to have the ability to say no or better strategize or plan around the hectic nature of my busy lifestyle.
on today? Gotcha. So what I'm hearing is that you are wanting to work on learning ways to say no and figuring out ways to plan and organize things a little bit better. Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. We can definitely work on that together. So you mentioned just wanting things to change and wanting things to be different just by saying no and by planning and organizing a little bit better. What would life look like if that changed?
I'd be a lot less tired. I'd have more time to relax. I wouldn't have this overarching, weight on me to, I guess, essentially people,
Mm,
or at least not people.
maybe feel a little bit more confident about yourself. Is that accurate or not quite?
No,
Okay.
I'm pretty confident about myself.
Okay.
Maybe that's the problem. I'm confident in my abilities.
Mhm.
So then I'm like, I can do this, I can do this, put it all on my back.
Okay, gotcha. So what I'm hearing is if things were to change, you would just feel a lot more relaxed, just less of a weight on you, just be able to connect with people a little bit better. Is that good?
Yes,
Okay,
that would be it.
awesome. So let me just take a moment to summarize what I've heard so far. You've just been feeling very exhausted, just very burnt out with everything on your plate. And as a result, it's just kind of led to just some like feelings of not feeling enough for people, just feeling really exhausted all the time, just very burnt out.
Mhm.
And despite how things have been, you've shown a lot of resilience. You've been able to, go do your things. You've been able to ask for help, which is awesome. But today you would like just some support with saying no to things and planning and organizing a bit more. Is that correct? Is
That's correct, yeah.
there anything you'd like to add to that?
Um, I don't think so. I think, again, having the ability to say no.
Mhm.
I think I just want to prove my worth, even though I know what my worth is. But really,
Yeah.
then I can just relax a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So are we still wanting to focus on planning and organizing more today, or are we wanting to focus more on the thoughts of like proving our worth with others and relaxing?
I think the start would be planning and organizing.
Yeah, so that's kind of where you want to start, and then maybe later we can look at those other things.
Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. We can absolutely work on that today. So, what do you think would be a good first small step to help with planning and organizing?
Um, well, at work, there is, I have a certain amount of tasks that need to be done. But I think it's getting to a point where I don't need that much.
Okay.
And maybe I need to talk to the people that put in the tasks or even my boss and say, hey, I am high performing right now, but maybe get back to school and
Mm.
everything. You have a sleep.
Yeah, that sounds really stressful to be balancing school and work at the same time and also being in a high position at work.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot on your plate.
You should see my cat.
Is it?
Crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lot definitely on your plate and a lot going on. So, first step with there is kind of just taking some time to organize things. Is that correct? Or okay. And how would that look?
Again, just being able to plan everything out during the week so that I don't miss school very last
Okay.
minute. Like Saturdays. Probably better if I plan it out like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, do smaller assignments. So I don't have to do one big assignment.
Gotcha.
And then work, yeah, just focus on one assignment at a time.
Gotcha. Okay, so for school, kind of breaking down those assignments almost like day by day instead of saving it until the last minute to do everything. Is that correct for school? Okay. And then for work, you said kind of just taking on one assignment at a time instead of taking on I don't know, 5 to 10 different. Is that accurate?
Right.
Okay. So yeah, kind of focusing on one thing instead of spreading yourself thin over several things.
Right.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to add to that?
No.
Okay. Does that feel like something that is attainable for you? Does this feel like something that's not possible? What do you think?
I think it's attainable.
Okay.
I can, if I set my mind to it, mentally the bridge of going from, oh, I can do everything really quickly, get all the tasks done. Slow down.
Yeah, it can be really hard to make that shift, especially when you've been doing so much at once for so long. It can be really hard to slow down a bit. But you said that life would look a lot different if you did, is that right?
Yeah.
And you said it would be a positive change, is that
I believe so.
okay? Yeah, so that's something we could maybe kind of think about, even when it's feeling really hard to slow down, maybe kind of remembering that positive change it might have. How does that feel?
Sounds great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else you want to add to that?
No.
Awesome. Well, Gage, I really appreciate you coming in and being open today. You shared a lot, and it sounds like you're taking really meaningful, positive steps for yourself. Before you end, I just wanted to double check. Is there anything else you'd like to check in about, or anything you want to make sure we cover next time?
No. I mean, the same conversation we had today, just more in depth, I guess, next time.
Yeah, we can definitely cover that more in depth and kind of go into those other feelings we talked about. Time.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add? Any closing thoughts?
No, that's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Gage.
Thank you. Appreciate it.